The TRC gripped the nation, called a crying commission by some, but the man at the helm of the process was confident about its outcomes.
It's been incredible. There are two impressions. One, how could we ever be so ghastly? The depth of depravity takes your breath away. That's the one side. The other side is almost exhilarating, that people who have suffered as much as these should have this capacity to forgive, this magnanimity, and the dignity that is being affirmed.
Very few of the apartheid government's top brass gave unequivocal apologies, but at least some were brave enough.
In many respects, I believe I did not want to know. In my own way, I had my suspicions of things that had caused discomfort in official circles. But because I did not have the facts to substantiate my suspicions, or I had lacked the courage to shout from the rooftops, I have to confess that I only whispered in the corridors.
But the question is being asked whether that was enough. After all, it could not undo the past.
En ek gee nie vanaand om of Oliver Tambo deur Reagan ontmoet word, en of hy deur Gorbachev ontmoet word nie, en of hy deur Kool ontmoet word nie, en of hy deur Margaret Thatcher ontmoet word nie, of die koningin van Brittanje ontmoet word nie. Hierdie regering onderhandel nie met wreedaards en terroriste oor die toekoms van Suid-Afrika nie.
In an extensive interview with SABC actuality program Focus, one former TRC commissioner says only the TRC recommendation with regards to missing persons was implemented.
But if you look at many of the other recommendations, many of which have enormous significance for what our country is going through today, then I think it's time government actually goes back and they look at the recommendations, because it deals with almost every one of the issues that we are grappling with today.
Among the major recommendations that still need to be fully implemented, count those relating to reparations and compensation.
I think if we don't address this question of economic justice, the question of unemployment, the question of education, but also the question of building a more just society, all of these issues the Commission spoke to in its recommendations. Now, if we had begun to grapple with that, we might see, I think, a more equal society.
It is clear that it will take a very long time before South Africa can close the door on its dark past. Christel de Toy, SABC News, Johannesburg.